Since my last conference, I'm going to take a moment, just one more moment of your time, to get up on my soapbox about this. Today you will see in our exhibitor tables, there is a group, Emotion Matters, which are right outside the door out here, and they have iPads. They have a campaign of advocacy for BPD, and their particular movement right now is about this petition. It is a petition to increase funding for borderline personality disorder research at NIMH. This is a very important cause, and I will explain why in a moment, because it's not always clear to people why this is vital. If you want research, if you want treatment for BPD to be developed, if you want to understand the mechanisms underlying this disorder, this is how we do it. This is how we fund it. And if they aren't funding it, then it's not going to happen. It also will lead to a decrease of trainees involved in the disorder. I will show you how to sign the petition, but also why it's important. This is the change.org website for it. You can see it is a letter to Bruce Cuthbert. NEA has been very supportive of this as well, and they have contacted Bruce Cuthbert, and he actually very quickly responded and set up an appointment. They are meeting with him a week from today. Is that right? Yes, a week from today. We have 1 week to add more supporters to this petition. So when they arrive in Bruce Cuthbert's office, they can show him how many of us out there are really behind this idea. So that's why I'm going to ask you today to take a moment, to take your cell phones, to go to the table out there where we have iPads, and please, please sign the petition. Please tweet it. Please share it on Facebook, on other social media, and please let people know why this is so important. Let me show you why. This is funding from NIMH for different disorders. We have over here depression, schizophrenia. This is the number of dollars in millions that NIMH is giving to these disorders. This is BPD. This is from 2009 to 2013. If we look at 2016, fiscal year 2016, this is absent. 0. I know colleagues of mine, I am one of these people applying for these, and they tell us not to bother. Don't bother. This is why your signature on this petition is so important. When people think about BPD research, they think of us here at Yale that maybe the university is sponsoring the research. The university graciously provides us with the resources, the infrastructure to do the research, but us paying for those expensive imaging protocols, for that time slot, for that nurse, for that clinician to do that work. We have to have external grant funding to do that. And NIMH is the biggest provider of that grant funding. If they aren't funding it, it's really not happening. There's very little research for this otherwise. And this is really important because this also is the funnel for the next line of researchers in BPD. Seth Axelrod and I both completed postdoctoral training fellowships on the same NIMH grant here at Yale, and you see what that did. We stayed here, we kept pursuing and focusing in our research on that disorder. That is how we get the best and brightest of the next generation to focus on this disorder, is through having these grants and then having trainees come and work on those grants. It is vital to it. And without this funding, we will lose a generation of researchers focused on BPD. So I'm going to ask you to please go to this website, or more easily, I did this myself, Google search BPD and change.org, and it will pop up as the first link, and you can select it and go to it easily rather than typing in everything. And then once you sign it, I'm going to ask you to retweet, to post it elsewhere, and please let other people know how important this is, because this is really vital. The research you will see presented here today, it's funded by NIMH. That's how it happens. And if we don't have that funding, if we don't have the groundswell of support for this, then we won't have more funding. So that is my soapbox, and that's what I'm asking for everyone. If I get you guys to sign up for this petition today, then all the work I've done on this conference is well worth it.